You've made it to Chiro Hustle. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This week's episode is brought to you by Clothes for Chiro, Legacy Wealth Management, Posture Screen, Imaging Services, Chiro Thin, Universal Tractioning Systems, Chiro Moguls, Zingit Solutions, Dr. Pete Goldman's Zone School of Healing, Everest Coaching Systems, Rhino Coaching, 5-Star Management, The Goodman Factor, Chiro Health USA, Max, Mahalo Wellness, and Chiro Expert. Let's hustle.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 102 of Chiro Hustle. I am your co-host Luke Millette. Here's your host, Jim Chester.
So we had an opportunity of interviewing Dr. KenGee Ehrlich today, and just amazing story. Stay tuned and be ready to hear about some amazing breakthroughs. So KenGee,
yes, sir.
Tell us your chiropractic story and what influenced you to become a chiropractor.
Oh, good story. It's not like everybody else's story where I was actually in a car accident in chiropractic or at UCSB. I was a music major. I wanted to make beats for rap songs, and I was in a Volkswagen Bug with 6 people doing 60 miles an hour, coming back from Tijuana, a little wasted, and we rolled the car 6 times off the side of the freeway. I got out. I'm like 20 years old. Thought I was fine. And then I went back up to school, put my drums on, and my legs went out. I was like, oh, that's weird. And no pain, just my legs buckled. And then it started happening more frequently, and one of my buddies referred me to this chiropractor, and within 12 weeks I was fine, and I was like, dang, like this is pretty awesome. I asked that chiropractor what his major was, because I never thought I could like do something great like that. And he's all, oh, I was a football player. And right when he said that, I was like, he can do it, I can do it. I can do anything. And then plus it helped that he had like a Mercedes, he had an airplane, he had like the hottest girl in the gym. I'm like, dude, I want that life right there. So I didn't really know much about chiropractic except it's just pain. And but the school I went to, Cleveland, helped to instill that. So it was that guy can do it, I can do it. So, and then I looked at the income, and it said that we can earn up to $63,000 a year, and I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna be rich if I make that. so I got into it, and that's where I got my beginnings.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You came into it not any knowledge except for it made you start to feel better.
Right, and that's it. And the chiropractor was loaded. Well, and I wanted some of that. Growing up, I grew up no money, mobile home. I lived in the back of my aunt and uncle's house in a little trailer, and so we grew up pretty dirt poor. So that was exciting for me to know that a football player can become a doctor. I'm like, shit, I can too.
Yeah, it's a real grounding, unique story, man. And I think one of the cool things about what we get to do with Chiro Hustle is we get to talk to people, and we get to bond with them through this digital format, and we get them to tell some stories that make them, a lot of people don't know really where we all come from.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, it's good times.
So how long have you been out doing chiropractic work now?
I finished school in 98, so this is my 21st year.
So take us through a little journey of how you got to where you are today over these past 21 years.
Well, I have to rewind into chiropractic college, where I found myself in county jail for 10 days, having a little issue with getting a little too drunk and battery on a police officer.
Oh my God.
And when I get out of school, fast forward a year later, apparently the chiropractic board frowns on that type of behavior, and so they wouldn't license me. So I had I was working in a PI office, just doing like 100 adjustments a day, hurting my shoulder, lots of stress. $300 a week they were paying me until I was licensed, which didn't seem like it was ever going to happen because of what I did. And so I started doing some ecstasy on the weekends and started partying. And then finally I was starting to sell the ecstasy and making more money than chiropractic. So I'm like, I don't need to be a chiropractor. Screw this. And so I had 1 year of just a whirlwind trip in the whole different world of clubbing, dealing, and it ended basically when I lost $63,000 and almost got killed by the guy who fronted me the stuff. And I had to earn it back. I earned it back in 3 months. And right after I made that last payment, and I decided to quit all of it, and my wife's like, you got to get the license. My house was raided by the DEA. And the people that I bought from, the people I sold to, all they went to federal prison. And, one just got out a few years ago. So I think I was spared. I don't know how, divine intervention, something was looking out for me, but I was spared. And then after that little wake-up call, I was like, okay, I'll try to get my license now. So it took me about 6 months to convince the board to give me a provisional license. And so they hooked me up, and I never looked back from there on. Started my practice and started hustling. And, fast forward, I've just been cranking. I'm training with two people you guys know, Dr. Fred. I've been training with him almost the whole time. And for my mental mind space, no one's better than for like innate training. And then I train with the Close for Chiro dudes on some nuts and bolts on the visits. So, and now we're just sitting, we're high volume office, just me. We just crank out tons of people. All we do is adjust, show them some stretches, exercises, show them how to take care of themselves, and send them on their way.
That's probably the most exciting chiropractic story I've ever heard.
Yeah, there's a lot more details to it and some other stories, but we'll get to that at a different time.
It's the go fast and break stuff and become a chiropractor story.
Yeah, baby. So I was spared, and a year and a half ago we started our pillow company, and that goes with my passion of trying to share the responsibility of people getting healthy. Instead of me just taking all the responsibility, sharing it with them, showing them how to sleep, how to sit, how to do all the stuff at home, so they're not completely reliant on the chiropractor to fix them, quote unquote. Yeah,
so. I think that the chiropractic lifestyle, sometimes people are like, what's a chiropractic lifestyle have to do with anything? Well, it has something to do with everything if you want to live good, right?
Right. And we, like at my posture parties, we don't call them whatever people call them. We call them parties. We have a party every month. And so we just talk about the 3 T's, trauma, toxins, and thoughts. Trauma, show you how to sit, sleep, do some stretches. Toxins, I tell them how I used to do all kinds of drugs and coke and all this stuff. And how I detoxed from it. And then thoughts, you got to control those thoughts. So you could be doing all those other 2 perfect, and your thoughts are out of control, and you're still going to be sick. So we teach them how to meditate, breath work, affirmations, all kinds of stuff. And I just slowly start teaching these patients this chiropractic lifestyle that we do that to us is normal, but it's not common. Where people think taking drugs and all that other crap is normal, but it's just common. So that's my shtick.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. It's nice to know that you're getting work with Fred Schofield and Dan Bay and the crew.
Yeah, man.
It's great to see that you're actually utilizing resources that actually work. And I know a lot of times people get stuck in this chiropractic world, and they get maybe misled a little bit with what to do or who to trust and outcomes expected. But a lot of it's accountability, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they can give you the stuff to do, but you just got to do it. You know, people are trying to just pay for results when they actually have to do some work. You know, and it's just nuts and bolts stuff that you just have to come to every day. You know, write your goals down, do them, ask your patients for referrals, schedule them. You know, it seems simple, and there's always new stuff coming out, but it's always just comes back to just, you know, sell them what they want, adjust them. If they don't want to stay forever, don't make them stay forever. If they want to stay, let them stay. You know, just identifying the different types of people and just working with them. You know, I'm not gonna. If someone just wants to get adjusted once, I'm not gonna turn them away. I'm like, yeah, just come on in, give me $60, I'll adjust you.
Yeah, I think that, you know, in chiropractic, guilt and shame get associated with chiropractic business too much. And I think that when you take people that don't understand proper business essentials, they start doing things that might not go with the code of fair exchange.
Right. And you know, like, people don't realize, like, it's a business too. You know, you're not going to walk into some food place and be like, you can't buy one meal. You can only buy a month's worth of meals. And I'll be like, peace out.
And you don't understand it. You have to have proper nutrition.
You know, I mean, like, I'm out. So, you know, but, you know, if they get a little taste of my adjustment, you know, they're coming back.
Yeah. And that's just it, KenGee, is when people start getting adjusted, I always tell them that the chiropractor is a great resource for the 3 T's for education. I tell people all the time that everybody's always desperately trying to get the eat well, think well, move well revolution going, but they're forgetting the adjustment. And I say
that's a huge part, you know. And the other thing that I realized is, you know, when I'm trying to teach people those 3 T's, it helps to be authentic and, like, real. You know, like, I used to hide that drug story from everybody because I didn't want to be looked down upon. But now I share it and people think it's real. And, you know, I'll tell people, like, hey, you know, I ate a pizza and had a couple beers last night. That's why my nose is all runny. You know, but that's why we detox. And when people hear that you're real, like, you just grow and build that bond. Like, you know, no one wants to go to someone who's like, oh, this dude eats perfect, and I'm just a piece of crap patient that I can't do nothing wrong or can't do anything right. You know, they want to hear, like, real stories. And so, like, when I started being authentic, that's when my practice just took off like crazy. Like, just from, like, I stopped doing the drugs, stopped doing all kinds. There's other stories too, but I was like capped out at like 300 a week for years, and right when I made that authentic turn and I stopped putting those toxins in my body, dude, we jumped up to 600 within a few months. It was crazy, and all I did was make a shift with myself and being authentic, sharing with the patient. Authenticity, man.
Man, that's awesome. So, do you have any favorite motivational quotes or mantras or words of wisdom that you tell yourself every day?
Yeah, I got this one. I got a couple. I got this one. Well, quote. I forgot who told it, but I have it up in my bathroom. It says, "I didn't come this far just to come this far." So that's one that gets me inspired every day. But the other one is from a book called Rhinoceros Success. Dr. Fred turned me on to it, but in it says there's a little thing that me and my kids and my whole family, we say it every day. It's I am a rhinoceros. I have a damn the torpedo spirit. I'm full of energy, and I can't wait to get up in the morning to start charging. Every morning.
That's Jim's favorite too.
Yeah.
I have that on flashcards that I've had since 2015.
Oh yeah. That's it. My kids say it, everything. So those are my main ones right there. I wish it would be like some kind of profound innate intelligence statement, but it's, you know, mine are simple, like, don't be a bitch. You know, good one.
I like it, man. You cut through all the static and noise and you just deliver what people want to hear.
Yeah, right.
And, you know, a lot of times that people just want to have that cultural connection with people too. And I do see a lot of people walk around with this like closet full of things that they don't tell people, and they don't grow. And
Right.
that's the sad part is we protect ourselves with armor, and
Right.
there's so much stuff that's inside of us that if we just released it, we could then move on. But so many people shame themselves and guilt themselves from past experience that they don't get a chance to become a new person.
Oh yeah, and people like it's not like we're the only ones going through that. Like if you share that with someone, you don't know who you're gonna help. Like I just had a guy that he knows my story and he just relapsed on his sobriety yesterday and he needed to tell me about it. And I'm like the only dude. He said, "You're the only dude that understands." I'm like, "Yeah, we'll get your shit together. Let's go."
Yeah, it's amazing when you build empowering, momentum with someone else too. You could be that one person that changes everything for them.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what keeps you going. When someone walks in and hands me over all their medications that they're done taking, it's like, damn, it's like you changed that one person, and it's just so gratifying.
That's one of the things I tell people all the time, KenGee, is most people don't take action in their health because number one, they don't know where to go. Number two, they don't know who to trust.
Right. Yeah, that's for sure, and me being down that route, and I used to eat like shit too, and I used to drink like a 2-liter of Diet Pepsi on the way to the gym and pop some Rip Fuels, ephedra, and caffeine pills with aspirin every day. And I was a chiropractor, and I thought that was healthy because I was ripped. I was like, I must be healthy because I'm doing this, and being able to break myself of those habits, I can understand where other people are coming from with their food addictions and all that other crap. And they want to hear that you were screwed up in the past. They appreciate it. Then they'll listen to you a little more.
Yeah, I think after being in your profession for over 2 decades, it's okay to be whoever you want to be.
Yeah, true.
You've made it to Chiro Hustle. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This week's episode is brought to you by Clothes for Chiro, Legacy Wealth Management, Posture Screen, Imaging Services, Chiro Thin, Universal Tractioning Systems, Chiro Moguls, Zingit Solutions, Dr. Pete Goldman's Zone School of Healing, Everest Coaching Systems, Rhino Coaching, 5-Star Management, The Goodman Factor, Chiro Health USA, Max, Mahalo Wellness, and Chiro Expert. Let's hustle.
In the beginning, man, like there's this movie called Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, or something like that. And George Clooney had this like real tight haircut. And, in the beginning, I was only 26 when I started. And I so desperately wanted to look professional, so I combed my hair like this Superman dude, and I tried to wear a white clinic jacket, and I always just wanted to be 30, and I couldn't stand when people would ask me how old I was. And then after 3 years of that, of me just trying to be this clean cut dude, my wife's like, you just need to be yourself. And so I was like, okay, screw it. I started dyeing my hair. I had mohawks that were purple and green. And like that was the first shift where I went from being not, or trying to be this so-called straight-laced person and starting to be myself. And I went from that first shift, I went from, I think, 80 visits a week. And right when I started doing mohawks and stuff like that, I went up to 200 within 6 weeks. I would color my hair, and like, I can't imagine what the new patients would think when they would walk in. And I had this purple and pink spiked mohawk, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? But yeah, that's all. I have pictures of it up now too, but that was just me being my authentic self.
So what's possible in the future with everything you're doing and accomplishing today?
Well, right now we're planning on scaling the Good Roll pillow. And it's getting to where I'm going to need more office space for it, like a little manufacturing facility. And, with that pillow, that's the first thing I put all my patients on. I teach them how to sleep right. And the pillow will help to correct their posture. So that pillow is more my Trojan horse for chiropractic, because I'm going straight to the public with this thing. You know, I'm going to try to go through chiropractic offices and stuff like that, but it's just not going to be fast enough for me. I need to hit the airwaves with like that My Pillow dude and crush him. And that, you know, I'm gonna, you know, I got my car on TV with the pillow in there, and that created a huge buzz. But you know, I'm thinking like I'm gonna make a pillow for the general public, and with every pillow, it's gonna have it's all chiropractic. You know, it's an adjustable chiropractic pillow right on the front, and when they open it, it's gonna have gift certificates to a chiropractor near them for a free examination, and it's going to have links and instruction videos that are all chiropractic. You know, I'm just going to hit them, and because, you know, we don't see nobody, you know, and everybody needs a pillow, so I think it's an easy way to get our profession into the mainstream, you know.
Yeah, I love where your headspace is. That's why we create Chiro Hustle, because it gets, obviously, if we're getting about 14 to 15,000 listens an episode, those people are not just chiropractors. So
yeah.
Our job is to get chiropractic outside the four walls of chiropractic. And it sounds like the similar thing that you're looking for.
Yeah, for sure. You know, reality show and following our patients around, all that stuff. Even you guys were talking about that a little bit.
Oh yeah. The more that we bring chiropractic onto people's laptops while they're at home after dinner, the better for everybody.
Yeah, it's just we see those miracles every day, and it's just normal for us, so we don't tend to share them, which is crazy. You know, we got to be, and the sharing it is free now with social media. Like, we got to be posting every win that we got, you know, like people walking again, sinuses, allergies, all that shit, and we don't share it. We suck at advertising.
Amen, man. You know, I think that's just it, is we just have to know that the reason that it hasn't caught on is because people don't know that it's as great as it is.
Right. Yeah.
And it can't be an inferiority place.
Yeah. No, not at all. You know, I think I told you I had a training session with Grant Cardone, who's a big chiropractic proponent, and you know, he's like, how much of the population you guys see? I'm like, I think it's like 7% if we're lucky. So that's because you guys suck at marketing. I'm like, okay, cool. Thanks. He's all, you should be following patients around. You got to have podcasts. You know, you got to, you know, we got to get out there more and show what we do, you know, get people to share our message for us.
So where do you think the chiropractic profession is going to find itself in the next 20 years?
Dude, we're growing fast, man. And, you know, if we do it right, like, you know, we're like the dentists of the spine. Like, everybody needs to have a chiropractor. And I think, I mean, it's growing fast. Like, there's no way. I mean, you know, if we get a bunch of high volume chiropractors that are seeing 10, 20 new patients a week, you know, like, this message is going to spread fast. And, you know, we're getting kids every day, and these kids are growing up with chiropractic. I mean, I think in 20 years we should be seeing like half the population, at least. You know, I think it's reasonable.
Yeah, that's encouraging.
Yeah, the other half, they're just scared. That's all they are. They don't want their neck cracked. Everybody's scared of it. You know, once they get adjusted properly by someone that's confident, you know, with some x-ray, and they understand it, and then they get explained properly what chiropractic is, they get their first little light cervical adjustment. They're like, that was nothing. I'm like, yeah, they're fucking worried for 10 years and suffering, you know? It's nothing. You got to get adjusted, man. Everybody does.
Mm-hmm. It just makes sense. And, you know, that's what we started with, what we've been doing, brand building. We've been building this brand. We just did the maths on our episodes, and we started exactly 9 months ago. A year and 9 months ago, sorry.
Right.
And just knowing that like 90 episodes or whatever is like a year and 9 months worth of content, just to know that when you put out such a concentrated effort with consistency and commitment, people attach themselves to a brand.
Yeah.
And if we all start doing that, KenGee, with the chiropractic messaging, it would get to more people faster.
Yeah, for sure. Getting influencers to tag it. Like, it's crazy. This Instagram thing now is like, I have a few patients that have like 60, 70,000 followers. A few of them have 1 million. And like the second they like post something about chiropractic, boom, we'll get all these followers, and I'll get like 10 new patients in a week, and they don't even personally know this guy. He just recommends it, It's crazy.
Social proof.
Media.
Social proof, man. Social proof all day. That's what it is.
And I'm just thinking, like, dude, if BJ was alive right now, like, he would be wrecking it,
He'd be fully funding us.
Oh yeah, for sure. He would go big with it, real big.
And we'd be having walks around the park sorting out the pieces on the chessboard of chiropractic right now.
That's right. That's right. So,
actually, we'd probably be sitting down a little bit of heaven back there in old Davenport, Iowa, and talking about what the next move is.
Right, for sure. So that's our duty to spread this like wildfire. And I look forward to working with you guys in your next project.
Yeah, it's always just one, our tagline is yours one story away, keep hustling. And really, that's what chiropractic is, how we kind of frame that like one-liner is because people kept on saying, tell the story, tell the story, tell the story. And
right.
Actually, chiropractic is just one story away. It's just a matter of keeping telling it.
Yeah. So we're starting up with all my patients. Hey, say hello. We're on a live podcast right now. Oh. Hey. All right, those are all the patients right there. Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
there's a line of like 15 people.
I know you probably got a solid 3 minutes with us. So let's take
for sure. We're good. They got to do all their warm ups anyway before they get adjusted.
So let's talk about marketing quick. And then we'll ask you a quick question about yourself. But what's your favorite marketing strategy out there to get to the masses?
Dude, I don't do anything except internal stuff.
Okay.
And all I do is I do my posture party every month, and and people want to come to my classes. And when they come to the posture party, I tell them about chiropractic. I'm like, dude, you're stupid if you don't have your family come in here. I don't say it like that, but they feel like that by the end. And I tell them, hey, if you know someone that needs us, here's a certificate, free x-rays. They come in this week. And then, Dr. Fred, people don't like cards and stuff like that now. But, dude, I hand out thousands of cards to my patients every week. I give each patient 4 cards. Well, tell someone and everybody's got my cards. There ain't no excuse. So, and we pump, anywhere from 10 to 18 new patients a week just from that. That's all I do. I give them cards and I tell them, come in, posture party. Or we have a fiesta de postura too. That's the posture party in Spanish. It's actually tonight at 6 o'clock. I'll probably stream it live on our Spanish Instagram, El Buen Chiropractico.
That's awesome.
Spanish Facebook and our Spanish YouTube channel. We're building out.
Smart.
Yeah, man, because they love chiropractic. Hispanics,
hell yeah, they do.
They appreciate it, and they get better fast. Mm-hmm. And they refer their whole family.
Amen. I know it.
So, what kind of books do you like to read, or things do you like to listen to in your spare time?
Well, I do 2 types of books. I do autobiographies on the way home, and towards the office, I'll do like books that are that teach you something. Like I just listened to Crush It by Gary Vee. I just listened to Persuasion, which is it's a cool one that goes with the Clothes for Chiro guys. And then on the way home, I just listened this year so far. I've listened to Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Oh damn, that's a book right there. If you haven't listened to that one, or Living with a Seal You heard of that book?
No, I haven't.
He's married to Sarah Blakely, the Spanx girl, but he hired a SEAL to live with him for a month and whoop his ass. And that guy, his name is David Goggins, and so I listened to that David Goggins book. It's really good. Set a world pull-up record, doing over 4,000 in 24 hours. And he's inspired me to set a world weightlifting record that I won't divulge yet, but I started training for 2 weeks ago. You'll hear about it because it's going to be sponsored by Chiropractic. And if any weightlift record should be held, it's this one by a chiropractor. So in 6 months, I should have it. I'll let you know.
So what are some web links and social media links you can give people at home if they want to keep up with what you're doing?
Hey, good one. On Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, we have two of them, The Good Chiropractor, and the other one is The Good Roll Pillow. So you can find us on both of those, send us messages, and we also set up a special code for you guys if any of your listeners want to try out the Good Roll Pillow. Just you go to our website, thegoodrollpillow.com, and put in code HUSTLE, and you'll get $15 off of a pillow.
Heck
Nice.
Yeah.
Hustle.
All right, everyone needs to go out and buy this pillow now.
Hustle some pillows, guys.
Hustle. So it's all about the hustle, baby.
10% of our population that listens to this should buy, so we should sell a bunch of these.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, man.
Everyone go get a pillow right now.
Yeah, and then I'll get you guys one too. I'll hook you up.
Oh, nice.
I need a new pillow so bad.
Yeah. Send me your home address. I'll hook you up. Text me.
We'll send it out.
Yeah, man. So that's about it.
Yeah, is there anything you wanted to talk about we didn't ask you?
Not yet. I got some more content though for you. Maybe we'll have to hit it when I got a little more time, and I'll dive deeper into some of my deeper stories.
Yeah, we'll get you on for a Facebook Live, and we'll just get raw.
Yeah, that'll be good. I'll tell you my other two jail stories. You just heard the one.
I can't wait to hear them.
Yeah, man.
Well,
and my other drug stories.
Yeah, so this kind of brings us to the end of this episode. I'm glad we made it work today.
Thanks for fitting me in, dude. Sorry about earlier, Phil.
Hey, these things happen.
And I appreciate what you guys are doing for our profession, man. Someone's got to do this for us. You know, when we're in the trenches, we need people like you to handle this. So I appreciate you guys.
Well, out of the 11,000 podcasts that get published each month now on statistics, we are the number one in the space of chiropractic. So,
yeah, baby.
You know,
nice.
we're running the roost, at least in the chiropractic space.
Nice. Well, that's awesome, man. Well, thanks, guys, for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on today.
And keep charging, brothers.
Talk soon, man. Keep hustling.
All right. Take care.
See you, man.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Chiro Hustle. Don't forget to subscribe and check back next week to continue hustling.